I'm in Wanborough, right next to Swindon. So this is another one in my little series about the ancient history of the Swindon area. Beneath me is a sacred spring with a Roman temple around it, and the farmer owner, whatever, has done a nice little setup, a little, I don't know, dove cot or something down there to make it look really nice. I think it's entirely appropriate. But this place goes back to the Roman period and after. So we have the continuity of a modern English village 100 yards away from a Roman temple on a Roman road that is still used today. It's an A road, or I think actually it might be a B road, but it turns into an A road just later on. So this part of this Roman infrastructure exists up until this day, but obviously the temple doesn't. The buildings themselves are on the marshland, just above the marshland. One of the reasons I wanted to come here is to see how much above the marsh it is. And it doesn't seem to be, I mean, the field in which the buildings are is flooded. But it goes further than just interest in Roman temples and the end of Roman rule and then the coming of the English. In quite a few places now I've seen Roman sites that have been venerated in some sense. Venerate might be too much of a strong word, but there is a anglo-saxon man who has been buried over the wall. His burial is over the wall, over a Roman wall on a Roman site, and he's not a criminal because he's got all his warrior paraphernalia with him. He's got his spear and his shield boss. So again we see a connection. The people who came here, the English, who took over, wanted to fix their memories of themselves, how they were buried, to fix it within the ancient British landscape, to see themselves as part of, perhaps only some of them, maybe it was, there may have been politics involved where some people did that and some people didn't, because we know there were laws that made British people, that is the Welsh, second-class citizens. But he venerated the Romano British. In some sense, this land was important enough, sacred enough for him to be buried here with all his pomp. Behind me is Hall Pit, and the English Place Name Society thinks it's something to do with pits. Grundy and myself, for once I'm not criticising GB Grundy, thinks it's the word is related to other places called Hare Pit in Wiltshire. It is related to old highways, old Saxon highways, Harapatha, and the various different ways you can spell it, Harapotha, Harepath and whatever. But it goes to show just how you can have a difference of opinion. Now I need to give some evidence for that if I need to substantiate it. The fact that it is next to a Roman road, right next to it, 200 yards away from it, is at the bottom of a hill, the top of which runs the ancient road of the Ichenhilde, as we know the Ermine Way today. And there's others. I should at some point in this video put a map showing all the other ancient roads in Wanborough, including the Thieves' Way, which I described in the last video. The Chauchère Way. It is littered, this place is littered with important roads. No wonder it's got such things as Roman temples, and it's no wonder that the settlement itself still exists, even if it is shifted 100 yards to the left. In one of my previous videos, 6 months or more, maybe even 2 years, I don't know, at some point in the past I described the Roman road. This is the Ermine Way, which we know is the Ermine Way. It is the wrong name. There's no evidence whatsoever for Ermine Way going back very far at all. It looks like it's an invention of antiquarians. It is a risk for all of us antiquarians to deceive the people that listen to us. And I joined in by calling it something ridiculous. Well, in the charters north of here, at a place called Kearney towards Cirencester, in a direct line along this Roman road, a place called Kearney. The river's called Churn, so we should really be calling it Cherney. But anyway, this is how these things develop. It's described in the Saxon charter of that village as Heanstrata, and I translated that as High Street. I was wrong. Heachstrata is High Street. I couldn't find any definition of Hayan when I was researching this video that didn't mean poor. So it means Poor Street, and that's even more of an interesting concept. There must be a story behind that. The Roman road that comes off it and heads down to Wanborough is called Brackenstrata, and the Broken Street. So we've got the Poor Street and the Broken Street. It might be something interesting about poverty and social conditions in that time. It may be about the state of Roman infrastructure and whether anybody's repaired the roads. I'm inclined more towards the latter, but I apologise for deceiving people in one of my videos. I also, in one of my videos, deceived people in the meaning of the word Wanborough, of the place name Wanborough. For some insane reason, I lost my head and thought it had something to do with Woden. It doesn't. It is basically Wayen Bearjan, which means the Bearjan is dative plural, so it probably means the barrows of the wagon. So it's more than one barrow. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's get on with the walk. These are the earthworks of the Roman buildings where the temple was. And up here is the pond, up where those trees, just below the tree line, below the top of the hill, at the bottom there. That's where the pond is, where the spring, the holy spring. I've had a small haul from tramping through those fields. There's been occupation here. I can't date accurately. I have no idea. I can date black burnish ware, grey ware, Romano-British. See, this I think might be British. See that decoration on there? And it's slightly lifted. It's like sort of rings, maybe to hold, where you put your fingers to hold the pot. See, that's a cup or something fine-ish. Doesn't mean it was rich, but something fine to have tea, you know, with the neighbours. This, I think, is prehistoric. Just look at the state of it. It's got a slightly different, now it's dried out a little bit, it's got a slightly different colour on that side. Could it be plaster? No. But look at all the inclusions. It's a rough old piece of pot, but yeah, I think it's prehistoric. But who knows? Somebody better than me's got to have a look. If there's anybody who watches this channel who knows what it is, please comment. Got more earthworks here. I have no way of dating it. Any digging will do that. But it is aligned with the Roman. Maybe it's a causeway. This is all marsh. It certainly was. I mean, it's had some drainage, but so that's that then. My little trip round Wanborough, and down by the Roman temple complex. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, leave comments. If your comment is intelligent in any form, I shall reply to it. If it's a question or you know, some sort of statement related to the veracity of anything I've said, please leave in the comments below, and I will give it a look. I will answer it. I'm interested. I am an amateur, so unlike some YouTubers, I keep my comments on so that I can, not for the views or the subscribers, so that I can be reviewed by my peers, which is a really important part of the scientific process. Anyway, see you on the next one. Ta-ra for now.